This is ABTV, Animal Bites Television.
So guys, I'm in the grow out room where Jay keeps all of his really cool gems. So this place is kind of a magical treasure, and it's going to be
a trophy room.
It's going to be a treat. So Jay, let's just start looking at stuff.
Okay,
I mean,
well,
you know,
there's a few good ones here. This is one I'm kind of excited about.
He's excited about all of them. Let's face it.
You'll see why in a minute.
My name is Brian Barczyk. I'm no zoologist, just a guy with a passion for animals. And that passion often takes me on animal adventures around the world.
This week, I'm at Prehistoric Pets, visiting Jay Brewer so he can show us some amazing python morphs. You're watching Snake Bites. Oh, man.
This is a new morph. It's the base morph is not new. It's a Mochino, which is a allylic type of albinism that fits on the other strain that's common, which is Clark strain.
Right.
And it makes a dark purple snake. And we got 2 layers of sunfire on there, which flares it up. And then on top of it, we got tiger. And the tiger gives it the real unique pattern. And,
so it's a Mochino, double sunfire, tiger.
Correct. So technically, if you really get technical, there's two lines of albinos. So there's 2 genes there, 2 genes of sunfire, and 1 gene of tiger.
Wow, that's a lot. Yeah, that's amazing.
Stacked up, nice. We're trying to catch up with you ball python guys.
I think you guys have surpassed the ball python guys.
Get ready. We're going to give every ball python guy out there a run for their money for genetics.
That's a gorgeous snake.
Okay, I just glanced into this one, and it looks to me like we got some fresh skin.
Oh,
it might not be all off, but this here's a beautiful snake.
So what exactly do we have here?
This is a super motley, which is 2 layers of motley and albino, and we believe it's a platinum also.
So it's a super motley albino, possible platinum.
Right. We don't think this one's tiger, but we're not really sure. But on a super motley tiger platinum without the albinism, it really is obvious that when they're tiger, because it really changes them up from the other ones without tiger. So with the albino, it's kind of, a little bit different. You can see she just shedded. He just shedded, got a little bit of shed left on his head, but that's as fresh a skin as you get.
No, that's a beautiful snake. Now, it's interesting because a lot, you're starting to get a lot more of the white snakes.
Yeah, we were really disappointed because we worked with white snakes, and the white snakes, the problem with it is the original white snake didn't do well. It had digestive issues.
Oh, okay.
So now we're finding new roads to white snakes.
Right, and these are stronger.
They're perfect health. And so we've been backtracking on the original one. So I'll show you in a little bit another snake that is white, that has, that's a beautiful snake that has the right genes that does well.
Nice.
So it's just a matter of combining the right genes. But this particular white snake was one that nobody knew would happen with the super motley and the albinism together. Boom, we almost had a leucistic, but they have a yellow head. And they got this
yellow dots throughout them.
Yeah, yellow dots, where the true leucistics are white.
Right. Wow, that's freaking awesome.
It's a pretty cool snake. This snake here is one of the most popular snakes we've ever hatched for social media.
Really? So when you posted it, like blew up?
No, it just I tell people after I post it, they say, "Do you want to see it again?" Forever. So let me show you. Let's see if I can get it. Oh, it's way up here.
Oh yeah, I remember. I've seen that snake. I know what snake that is. Oh my god.
And it's going into blue, but it's still, even in blue, it's still cool.
That is great. And as a matter of fact, I remember when this hatched, when you had it as a baby, and I've seen it a handful of times. I mean, that is cool.
It's going into blue. Now let me show you its sister real quick. Just stay right there.
What exactly, Jay? What exactly is in this snake? It's got to have anthrax in it because of the head.
Correct.
Right.
So there's its sibling.
Wow.
And for me, I kind of think I like the solid black better. But the funny part about the snake is you can see the iridescence.
Yeah.
And the weird part about it is when you touch it, it takes away the iridescence.
I've seen that before. And literally, this looks
like
snake. It looks like a black D'Albert's python. Yeah. I mean, it really does.
I've never seen a black D'Albert's even this black.
Yeah, I mean that thing is amazing. I mean that is crazy.
So you can see the iridescence on it. It's pretty incredible.
So tell me again. Okay, so this has anthrax.
Okay, the breeding. This here we know for sure, I mean, just because we've hatched motley golden childs before, that they're a dark snake. So this is a motley golden. It's got the traditional dark white band.
Right.
But it comes from calico blood, which makes them even darker.
Okay.
And this here is het anthrax.
Het anthrax.
Right, and this one's het anthrax too.
Okay.
But we think that this isn't a motley golden because of the spots, because one of the traditional things, it wipes its pattern.
So what would be missing
just
here?
Golden.
Just golden.
I think it's just golden, het anthrax, and from the calico blood. Wow. So we call the calico blood because for a long story short, we just call it shatter because the calico brought this really, really shattery pattern to it.
Right.
And somehow I think that affects the pattern of the snake. And so they're really beautiful snakes.
I tell you what, guys, this is pretty impressive. And again, it's cool to kind of follow a snake from when it's hatched on social media and then finally be holding it. I mean, that's a pretty awesome thing. It's cool. So Jay, what in the heck is this? I mean, this thing doesn't even look like a retic.
What do you mean? Who says it was? Nah.
Yeah, exactly.
This is actually, believe it or not, super motley. But super motley is a dark snake,
Right.
and this snake has platinum on it, which lightened it up. But the tiger did this incredible change and put this white side on it. And
All right, so this is a super motley, and for you guys to know, motley is a co-dominant animal. When you breed it together, you basically get a solid, dark snake, which is beautiful. And this, you're saying this is tiger super motley
platinum. And for some reason, the tiger pulls all the color off the belly and makes these white sides. And what goes better with silver than white?
I mean, that is incredible.
It's a really beautiful snake. It still has their traditional spots. You see, there's a V right there.
It literally looks like, it almost looks like, take a look at this right here, guys. It almost looks like someone put like I don't know, like a yellow paint marker or something like that and just made a V on it.
Well, that's my unofficial last name, which really is my official last name, is Vela. So
right.
I try to breed my mark onto each one.
It's like the family crest is what he tries to put on his snakes. No, that thing is
No,
great.
the family crest is that.
Yeah, I hear you. That's for sure.
When these guys are hungry, unfortunately, food response, you'll see that when we're handling these, that you'll see most of them are very tame.
Yeah.
But when it comes to food response, that's one of the things that people need to learn about is food response. It's really a big deal because a snake is a simple machine.
Yep.
It can hunt with no arms, no legs.
Yep.
And you got to keep that in mind that what it's doing when it's laying in its cage is hunting.
Yep.
And so when you come in and you wake him up, he's really in a trance hunting.
Yep.
And so unfortunately, he can make a mistake at that moment. And that's why we need to be educated enough to use a snake hook, let him know that we're not food, and then here's what you end up with.
Right.
So,
yeah. And literally, when we first opened this cage, its mouth was open, wanting to feed. I mean, it was all about it. And you can see as soon as it says, "Hey, you're not food anymore," thing becomes a puppy dog.
on my big snakes, I used to tap on the glass and wave my hands like this. I really did. And I'm telling you, they responded to that like, okay, there's no white rabbit in those hands.
And that's why most of his employees thinks he's nuts.
What do you mean think? Ready for the opposite end of the scale?
Absolutely. Oh my! This literally looks like a blizzard corn snake.
You want to hear the funny part about it is? This is so opposite. The only thing we added to that other snake is Golden Child and Sunfire, and it's albino. That's an albino, super motley, Golden Child, Sunfire. And it made a totally white snake with red eyes.
So, okay, so this is you said a super motley, golden child, sunfire tiger.
No tiger.
Albino. Yeah.
So this is a super motley, so
super
2
motley.
layers of motley,
Yep.
2 layers of albino. It's a
2
Sunfire.
layers of albinos.
Well,
Back
2
up a
layers. This is technically the same lineage. So this is white phase and white phase.
second. Okay, got you.
So, but sometimes it's a purple phase and a white
right,
phase,
gotcha.
which makes a lavender.
All right, so double motley, double albino,
Right.
white face.
And it's got Golden Child.
It's got Golden
and
Child.
it's got Sunfire. The Sunfire kind of erased the last remains of the remnants of things for the most part.
So, I mean, this, again, the last snake we looked at is almost the exact same genetics.
The black one.
Right, the black one.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, so, can you imagine that, guys? I mean, literally, just a little bit of gene can turn it from a solid black snake to a solid white snake. So this is essentially a man-made pink-eyed leucistic.
I like to call everything I make man-made morphs.
Right.
Because what we're trying to do is I'm taking naturally occurring things, which would not be man-made because they're originals,
Right.
and then painting a picture of what I'm trying to get to.
Right,
And that's
living
one
art.
of the things that I have a lot of fun doing, and it's a man-made morph.
Is this the only one, then?
That's the only one on the planet Earth.
Oh my gosh, wow, that's amazing, isn't it?
They have one that's without Sunfire, but it has a lot more yellow on it.
Okay.
There was one other one made.
Could you imagine that? I mean, when this thing gets big, I mean, this is amazing. And again, the white snake, not with the original issues, this is a little bit different. So, wow, I mean, take a look at those eyes.
Yeah, hollow eyes.
Man, I tell you what, that is one gorgeous snake. It's just amazing to see the contrast with that almost jet black snake and then this beautiful white ivory snake. I mean, to think that genetically they're almost exactly the same.
Okay, check this out.
All right.
This one we might want to use a snake hook on.
Yeah. Oh, great.
It's a rule around here. When we open up the larger snakes, they got this thing called a food response. They can't see what's coming.
Right.
They're in a.
Sure.
But this snake here, I think, is pretty cool looking. Okay, it's not charging forward. We're good.
Oh, look at that snake.
How's that for looks?
Oh my gosh, that thing is on fire. Holy
This is actually,
moly.
this was one of the surprises, if you can believe this. This came from an anthrax, and an anthrax, a black snake, gray snake.
Right.
Put platinum on it and tiger, and it like goes from being the darkest snake to like 40 shades different.
So this is
50
an
shades, I guess.
anthrax platinum tiger.
Correct.
Holy
I mean,
cow.
it like loses its anthrax like instantly. It just like, in most snakes, you kind of have to work toward a direction. You know how it works.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm talking the choir here.
Yeah, and
you know
then
what I
you
mean?
just
You
stripping
start
away
to
layers.
go a direction, you need a couple genes to lighten it up. Boy, this thing just like shifted gears. I mean, it glows.
Now, do you have a name for this one?
No, we just call it a sun tiger anthrax.
Sun tiger anthrax. My gosh, that is
We
amazing.
actually named the one above this a clown.
Okay.
And, yeah, the clown, because it reminds me of a clown ball
That's
python.
you know, it's funny you said that. That's exactly what I was thinking when I looked at it.
When I show you the
one.
the super tiger, this Yule.
Oh, so this is okay. So this is a tiger. You have a super tiger as well.
Right.
Let's take a look at that.
Okay. Now, what do you think? Does that look like a clown?
Yeah, that literally looks exactly like a clown ball python.
I'm telling you, when I saw this snake, I thought, I'm naming it. It's clown. I was the first one to make them, and most people love the name.
I think it's a perfect name. Like you said, it's got the same colors. It's got the lateral, striping.
Yeah.
And what's the deal with this one around your neck?
Funny enough is, here, hold that. This is actually a platinum of that. No, don't ask me why it's so cool looking, because it doesn't. I mean, you wouldn't think that that's one gene different, but one gene different and just like a flashlight.
I mean, that almost looks like a super, super high-end, like jungle jag carpet python or something. You know what I mean?
Well,
like
the funny part is, you notice something on the necks? The necks don't seem to ever get bothered in any of the morphs that we make with it. It's got that band right there on the neck. See, this one's the least, which is funny. It's the same, but a lot of them end up with that band on their neck. It's kind of a tradition. The other tradition is that eyeball. Look how black that eyeball is.
That's crazy.
They're pretty cool. So they're really beautiful snake. They do really well with platinum. They do even better with platinum and tiger, and they do even better with super tiger and platinum. And it's a far away from what they normally look like, but they're incredibly cool snakes, cool genes.
So there it is. Wow, it's just amazing to see how far the reticulated python morph game has come. And certainly, Jay is leading the pack when it comes to that. And as always, I was Facebooking and tweeting my way through it. So make sure to follow me over at SnakeBytesTV and on Instagram at SnakeBytes.tv. Until next week, you've been watching Snake Bites.
Hi, I'm Peter Birch, an Aussie bloke who loves wildlife. My respect for nature started when I was a young boy in rural New South Wales. Since then, it's exploded into an obsession. New episodes every Thursday only on AnimalBytesTV.